Today I'm talking about 10 games that will be released in 2024, all developed on Unreal Engine 5. Some are more rated than others, but you won't be disappointed. There's a lot going on here. Let's go! If you recently scrolled through social media, you may have come across a demonstration video of Unrecord, a video game currently making waves and so realistic that some may have had doubts. Player will take on the role of a police officer, primarily seen through the officer's body camera perspective. The game's story will be comparable to a sort of detective novel or thriller, with the player investigating several criminal cases and interacting with various characters through a dialogue system. Project M impresses with its graphics, and it's developed under the Unreal Engine 5, notably using MetaHuman technology for character faces and facial expressions. Officially unveiled in 2022, Project M tells the story of a man seeking to avenge his wife's death. It's described as an interactive multiple-choice film and heavily inspired by Quantic Dream Productions. The game still doesn't have a release date, but it's planned for PC and consoles without further details. While there's a strong chance it will arrive on Xbox Series X and S and PS5, we'll still need confirmation from the studio to be sure. Bloodlines 2. The game isn't expected until the end of the year. The game's development was taken over last September by the British studio The Chinese Room, who are gradually outlining the content, starting with the 4 different playable clans the player can join. Bloodlines 2 plunges players into the heart of Seattle amidst a power struggle within the Vampire Code, and players must contribute to deciding the city's future. The choice of a clan will determine the abilities the character can develop. It's known that the clan is distinguished by its stats for power, money, and influence. It's rumored that they control finance and industry, media and politics, police and crime, and even certain moral code. Routine is a survival horror game set in a learn base. Anchored in the 1980s, the game offers an adventure without a health bar or extra lives. In short, if you die, the adventure is over. You need to be cautious and try to collect weapon upgrades to be more effective against the surrounding threats. Stalker 2 is an upcoming video game developed and published by the Ukrainian studio GSC Game World, planned for Microsoft Windows and Xbox Series for September 5, 2024. In a statement from the studio delivered in Xbox.com, we learned that its open world will be one of the largest to date. The studio's ambitions are to make the player the author of the game's story, and therefore, the decision we make will have short and long-term consequences. The video game Ecumen Aztec offers its version of the bloody conquest of Mexico in the 16th century by Hernán Cortés. While only the trailer has just been released, it has angered Spanish ultranationalists. But it's also criticized in Mexico for other reasons. Basically, in the game you will choose from 3 classes, between the jaguar, eagle and the snake, and master your abilities to defend against intruders. When human strength is not enough, you will make a blood sacrifice and use the gifts of the god to gain an advantage from another world. This didn't sit well with many people. Users quickly criticized the game for focusing on human sacrifices, the grey and dirty appearance of cities, locals, etc. You get the idea. Although it's compared to Assassin's Creed, it was far from Ubisoft's team's work. Ark 2. The developers have promised something big with not only Vin Diesel in the cast, but also with expected gameplay innovations and new threats. The game is still planned for the end of 2024. It will explore a world where humans and dinosaurs coexist and struggle to survive, a pure survival game. However, analyzing the first trailer above, we can see some quite different storyline elements. Indeed, the spaceship crash and the first official indication seem to point to a completely different place, an extraterrestrial planet. To conclude this small enumeration of things which we know about Ark 2, remember well the actor Vin Diesel appearing in the trailer and who will be the game's main character. A recognition for this star, who is one of Hollywood's most game-loving actors. Ill. Present at the Future Games Show 2022, Cloud Games took the opportunity to unveil a brand new video of Ill, the first-person horror game born from the Patreon crowdfunding platform. And according to the ambitions of the Russian studio, special attention has been paid to visual quality, with the game running on Unreal Engine 5. We are also promised advanced physics, including interactive environments, top-notch ragdoll, dismemberments, and body subject to transformations. Finally, in terms of the story, the developers swear that Ill's story will be easy to understand, which won't prevent the player from making shocking discoveries. The story of Silent Hill 2 has no direct connection to the first episode, only the setting, the town of Silent Hill in Maine, remains the same, although it takes place in another district. At a rest area at the gates of Silent Hill, James Sunderland wonders, how could his deceased wife, Mary, have sent him a letter saying, "Join me in our place"? Confusion and discomfort reign in this mine. To discover the truth, James must delve into the thick fog of the city and overcome unspeakable nightmares. Krafton is acquiring a new franchise, the fantasy novel series The Bird That Brings Chills by Young Dolly, inspired by Korean folklore, to make it into a game, but not only that. Krafton announces that it has acquired the rights to the fantasy novel series The Bird That Brings Chills by Young Dolly. Little known in the West, the daga immerses the reader in an imaginary world inspired by a traditional Korean folklore. Humans coexist with Dokabis, these kind of mischievous natural spirits resembling goblins, with nagas associated with the aquatic universe, or even many mythical creatures, dragons, black lions, and giant tigers, or colossal flying fish. We are curious to see what this adaptation will bring. Okay guys, let me know what you think about all those games developed on Unreal Engine 5. Which one is your favorite? Thanks for watching and for your support. See you on the next video really soon. Bye!